Infected by the virus, his entire back had hardened into stone. Even the cough that escaped his lips released a cloud of chalky dust. Just as the doctor prepared to extract a biopsy sample, she accidentally nicked a blood vessel. But what flowed from the wound wasn't blood. It was a stream of crimson sand. Panicked, Lisa quickly pressed gauze against it, but it was no use. Then something even more terrifying happened. The man's back began to collapse inward. At the critical moment, Lisa swiftly wrapped layers of bandages around the crumbling tissue, barely managing to save his life. In this future world, a terrifying petrification virus had emerged on Earth. Once infected, every inch of a person's skin would slowly turn to stone. Even their coughs expelled limestone dust until their entire body solidified into marble, lifeless and still. Lisa was a doctor at the hospital and a specialist in treating petrification disease, yet even she was powerless against it. She had grown accustomed to watching patient after patient slip away, but her deepest fear was about to become personal. One evening, as she was preparing to give her daughter a bath, she noticed a tattoo on the girl's arm. A wave of dread washed over Lisa. It turned out that Alpha had visited a small, unlicensed tattoo parlor the day before and gotten a large letter ink using what she called a big bloody needle. These days, the world was no longer safe. The petrification virus was rampant, spreading through blood and saliva. Fearful that her daughter may have been exposed, Lisa took Alpha for a blood test first thing the next morning. But the hospital was overwhelmed with samples, and they'd have to wait 2 weeks for the results after a second draw. After the blood test, Alpha rushed to school, only to arrive late. As punishment, the teacher called her up to answer a question, but before she could speak, the class recoiled as if seeing a ghost. Her symptoms looked all too similar to the early signs of the petrification virus. Confused and upset, Alpha didn't stay to explain. She hurried home, only to find her room ransacked. Realizing someone had broken in, she grabbed a small knife in fear. A moment later, a gaunt man emerged from the room. Alpha shouted at him to leave, but he claimed to be her uncle, Lisa's younger brother. Alpha had never heard of any uncle. Thankfully, in the middle of the argument, her mother returned.